Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing another new cigar to me. This is the La Madrina Robusto. And this is 5 1/4 by 54. A very long Robusto. Look at that. Very close to Toro size, 5 1/4 by 54. There is your density. Now, as I said, this is brand new to me. This is one of the brands from the Dapper Cigar Company, founded by a cigar enthusiast named Ian Reith, R-E-I-T-H, Ian Reith, based out of Fresno, California. Now, this cigar is another one that pays homage to the Day of the Dead. It's based on the Mexican celebration, Day of the Dead. And La Madrina translates to Godmother. And it was a name given to a woman named Yolanda Garfias Wu. Yolanda Garfias Wu. She was credited for educating many people in the California area about the Day of the Dead celebrations. And while Ian Wright wanted a Day of the Dead themed cigar, there were already several in release. And as a matter of fact, I just did one, the Santa Muerte. Remember, I think it was just last week. He wanted his to be a little different. So if you notice on the band, there is a skeleton hand holding a rose. So he wanted it to take away some of the negativities of death and show that the an image of both life and death. That's the story of the band. This cigar is available in 3 sizes: Corona Gorda, Robusto, and a Toro, which actually the Toro is 5 5/8 by 50. And this is 5 1/4 by 54. Very close, as I said before, to the Toro size. Now, this is a 5-country multinational blend featuring an Ecuadorian sun-grown Habano wrapper, a Mexican San Andreas binder, Nicaraguan Habano filler, along with U.S. Pennsylvania broadleaf and Dominican Habano in the filler. Country of origin, Nicaragua, America Cigars. So there we go. That's the long and the short of it. As I say, my little saying, let's get right to it. The La Madrina Robusto. All right, let's get out Mr. Zycar here. This cigar, speaking of everything I know, this has a very nice feel in the hand. Of course, it is a large Robusto. Very fat. Has a few little bumps and ridges, but it looks pretty well made. Good draw. I know we're mixing apples and oranges, but I hope you did look at my commercial on the Perfect Draw that they are now a sponsor of the blog, and they have a redesigned Perfect Draw tool, and it's $24.95. I use it all the time. Don't need it today for this, but so your first flavors are a subtle but sweet strawberry with brown sugar. That's sort of the sweet flavor you have. And a lot of an earthy coffee and a ton of black pepper. Black pepper at an 8 easily. When you retrohale, there's a ton of black pepper. But there's a lot of an earthy coffee. Now, it doesn't detract from the sweetness, but there is so much of this earthy black coffee. Very appropriate for a cigar of this theme. That's how it starts. The main sweet flavors you have are that strawberry brown sugar combination, and then there's a lot of an earthy black coffee. Let's add a little cream to that. Strawberry brown sugar, cream. It's not buttery per se, but there's some cream there giving us smoothness and a ton of earthy black coffee and black pepper. Mm. Let's see where we go from here. Well, I'm a couple inches in at the first third, and the cream notes have now turned into sort of a sweet white chocolate. Still have the strawberry brown sugar, white chocolate, and the earthy coffee. The pepper has toned down a tad. It's not quite as intense as it was. Still very good. It's probably seven, 6.5, seven, something like that. The finish is sort of a nutmeg and cream. A little odd. A little bit of lingering black pepper. I'd call it medium body. So that's where we are at the 2 inch point or the first third. The sweet notes in the cigar are very good. The dark notes are very good. At this point, I would give the cigar a rating of a 90. It's pretty good. Very, very dark noted, but there are a lot of sweet notes to counteract that, or vice versa. So it's very good. Let's see what happens in the second third. Well, right here at the band, which I'm going to call that's the end of the second third, and your notes have sort of changed. There's an additional note. Let's say that. Everything else, everything I've said previously is in play, but the nutmeg that I got on the finish has now reared its head on the front end, and it is taking away from the sweetness. The white chocolate is very faint, and that's not a good thing. The strawberry brown sugar is still there, but the nutmeg is, you can sense that it's cloaking it. It's covering it, and it's holding down the sweetness. The earthy black coffee is still very good. The finish is pretty much unchanged, although the lingering black pepper on the finish seems to have elevated. Still would call it medium, moving toward medium to full. The In this case, while I am a nutmeg fan per se, it's really detracting from the sweeter front end flavors. I'm going to lower the score to 88. It's really detracting, and I don't like that. While the cigar still has good flavor notes, that nutmeg is just in my way, and I need it to clear out some. So let's see what the final third brings us while I remove this band. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Well, a little good news. Nutmeg did tone down. Some of the sweetness came back. Medium to full bodied. Finish unchanged. You get a lot of burn time out of this cigar. Look at the time, 137 out of a Robusto. Unheard of. So you get your money's worth. And with the cigar bouncing back, I'm raising it to an 89. So the average, and I believe I'm good with this. The final overall score is an 89. It dawned on me that the rose in the skeleton hand, life and death, sort of the cigar is that same way. You have the sweet notes and you have the dark notes. So it's pretty apropos, but I guess that's the long and the short of it. It's not a bad cigar. Not a bad cigar at all. Look for these. Probably hard to find, but they're out there. The La Madrina Robusto, 89.